Hi, my name is Valerie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to post a short video today and show you what I got the last time I went to the used bookstore. My husband and I went about 6 weeks ago and got several great books, and so I wanted to show you. I'm so excited. I love bookstores, and I really loved half-price books or any used bookstore. Some of them are very, like if they're owned by a private individual, they can be very disorganized. Half Price Books is top notch, very organized, professional employees. It's a wonderful place to shop. And thankfully, I have several of them near me. But they're just far enough away that I don't go all the time, which is a good thing because I'm already running out of bookshelves. But anyway, recently, whenever I go, I try to find things that are educational. I look for homeschool materials. Half Price Books has an educational section, and they have lots and lots of homeschool resources. They don't often have whole sets of things, so I try to look for textbooks that are in good condition, and I try to look for teachers' editions and teachers' keys, score keys, answer keys. So this past time I went, I didn't find really anything in that genre, but I did find several great selections. First of all, I'm always looking for books to add that are high school, and I know my kids need to read the classics, the Shakespeare classics. Now, our curriculum that we use in high school right now is Abeka, and they have the students read Julius Caesar and Macbeth as part of the built-in curriculum, but I really want my kids to read several of the Shakespearean classics. We also try, when possible, to read them together as a family, all of us, my husband, all of my children, even the ones that are not in high school. We all try to read together and take the different parts if we can and sort of make an afternoon of it or whatever. We recently did that with Macbeth and had a great time. I found this set right here. Actually, it's not a set, but I found these books. This one is No Fear Shakespeare, and it has the modern version on one page with the Shakespeare on the other page, the original. And it looked good. I've often seen these and been curious about them, and so I picked this one up. Now, I did not buy the No Fear Shakespeare in these other plays because this set here, Hamlet, Julius Caesar, and Romeo and Juliet, it's Shakespeare Made Easy. I'm sorry, the tag is covering the title there. So you can see what I paid for it, half price, so that's good. This set of books had questions at the end, and I thought that was a nice addition because, as I mentioned, our curriculum only calls for Julius Caesar and Macbeth, so I was able to get Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet as an addition, and it has the questions, so I'm excited about that. I just recently read with my children Shakespeare Can Be Fun by Lois Burdett, and I bought those, oh goodness, probably last summer at Half Price Books, and those are excellent. I'm reading those right now with my fourth grader. It's one giant poem. It covers the whole play, and she even integrates the famous lines from those plays into her poem. So the kids are getting a sprinkling of Shakespeare. They're getting the whole broad idea of what's happening. It's illustrated by students that this lady has taught in Canada, and so it's excellent. I highly recommend it. It gives like I say, the kids can follow it. It's wonderful. And then obviously when they get older, they get to read the original. And so I was really excited to find these. I love literature. I love Shakespeare. I love English literature. And so I'm looking forward to using these. Also, I got Brideshead Revisited by Evelyn Waugh. I saw this recommended on a book site that I follow on Instagram, and I have no idea if it's any good. I haven't had time to read it yet, but it had a lot of 5-star ratings on Goodreads and a lot of high praise. Supposed to be one of his best works, if not his best work that he ever wrote, and so I'm excited to take a look at it. Maybe I can let you know how I like it. I got Pilgrim at Tinker Creek by Annie Dillard. It's a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. I've only read that I know of one other Pulitzer Prize winning book, and that was Pearl S. Buck's The Good Earth, and it was amazing. So I'm hoping this one is equally as amazing. I've had it on my to-read list for a long time, and I even checked it out of the library, but because our library, you have to return the books, and I just had a huge stack, and I never got to it, so I had to return it, and I haven't checked it out since. So now I own it, so hopefully that'll be a good motivation to read it. Then I was just browsing through the children's section at Half Price Books, and I came across Big Red by Jim Gelgard. Kjelgaard. I'm not sure how to say his last name, but anyway, my husband read this book when he was a young boy. I have not read it. I'm looking forward to reading it, and I probably will have my fourth grader read it. It is a little thicker than probably he would like because he likes shorter books, as I mentioned in my update. I've noticed that a lot of times it's psychological with reading. If you are overwhelmed before you open the book, it kind of takes something away from it. But I think if we do it together, even as a read aloud, I think it would be good for him. But I'm looking forward to reading it. I try to read the books first and get an idea of what it's like if I have time. And so I want to read this one, and just about a dog and a boy and their adventures. So I'm excited to read it. But my husband said so much about it, and I hadn't been able to find it at the library. And so I grabbed it up at Half Price Books. I also found this one, A Bear Called Paddington, at the last trip I made to Half Price Books. And my fourth grader, did read this a little bit below his reading level, but he enjoyed it, and it was a quick read and an easy read, so that was fun. It was a good one. Then I got this one for myself or any of my children who might want to read it, Peter Pan and Peter Pan in Kensington Gardens. I really thought I was just getting Peter Pan, the original story, when I bought this, but it has this other story that's, 10, 12 chapters maybe, a shorter story that's at the end of this one, at the end of the original Peter Pan. And Peter Pan was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And the second story that was included was okay. It wasn't fabulous. It wasn't as enthralling as the original. But it was great, by J.M. Barrie. It's the classic. It's highly recommended if you haven't read it, which I had not. I made it all these years without having read it. Then I am a member of paperbackswap.com, and I also got, and so I try to get books from there when I can. And this one is for Matthew to read, my fourth grader, Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes by Eleanor Cour, I believe is how you say it. And so I am looking forward to him reading it. I got this one completely free because if you post books and mail them off on Paperback Swap, and they don't have to be paperbacks, they can be audio tape, CD books, they can be hardback books, but mostly it is paperbacks. If you mail a book to someone, then you get a credit, then you can use that credit to request a book from another member, and then they will mail it to you for free. So I got this one for basically the price of postage, you could say, because I had to mail a book to someone to get the credit. But anyway, I'm looking forward to reading this one and hopefully have him read it soon. I also got this one for free from Paperback Swap, Paul Zindel's The Pigman. It's supposed to be a real classic. My daughter, Lacey, who is in 7th grade, is trying to go through a list of the classic books and read all of those, and this is on the list. And so I thought I would read it first to get an idea of what it's like. And also, I like that it's kind of short. It's not really long, so I try to read novels quickly and get through them. Some obviously are longer than others, and I take my time, but I do try to read children's or young adult literature as quickly as I can so that I can pass it on to them and recommend it to my children, or know that, no, I don't want them to read that, and I give it away, or if it's from the library, obviously I just return it. So sometimes I do get the books from the library. I also got this one used. I believe I paid $2.99 for this book from, I believe it was Discovery Books. Or Thrift Books. I ordered it, I believe, from Amazon used, and they obviously sold it from another company. I don't know how all that works, but anyway, so I got this one. It's called Gordon Corman's book won the contest, and this one's Everest, and it's supposed to be about a race to Mount Everest, only it's with young people. I thought Matthew might like it. Again, not long in page numbers, and it seems like it covers a topic that boys would really enjoy reading. So I'm hoping it's fast-paced and good. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. So that is my book haul, my most recent book haul. I try to go often. If I go in Goodwill or any thrift store, I know a lot of people go straight for the clothing, and I do like shopping and buying used clothing, especially for my children. But I first go to the books because you never know what treasures are over there. And children's classics, you just never know. And if you can get something for a quarter or 50 cents, if you hate it, you haven't invested any money really into it, and you can either redonate it or give it away or whatever. So not really a big investment there. So I am always looking for good used books, good quality and good condition. If you'd like to share with me what you've read lately, I would love to hear about it. So leave it for me in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, say hello. Any of that would be great. Hope you have a great day and happy reading.